Turkey is the new Iran. That's not a random comment from social media. It was said by former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, and it shows just how much relations between Israel and Turkey have changed, because these two countries used to be partners. Now they're becoming rivals, and Syria may be turning into the place where that rivalry plays out. So, are Israel and Turkey heading toward war? This rivalry would have been unthinkable a few decades ago. Turkey was the first Muslim-majority country to recognize Israel in 1949. For years, the two countries were close partners. They traded with each other. Their militaries cooperated. They even shared intelligence. But then things started changing. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan became increasingly critical of Israel's policies toward the Palestinians. Then, in 2010, disaster struck. Israeli commandos boarded a Turkish-led aid ship heading to Gaza. Several Turkish activists were killed. Turkey was furious. Relations never fully recovered. And after the Gaza war that began in 2023, relations became even worse. The old partnership was over. A new rivalry had begun. But why is Syria so important? Because both countries want very different things there. Turkey wants a stable Syria that is friendly to Ankara and free from Kurdish militant groups near its border. Israel wants to make sure Syria never becomes a base for forces that could threaten Israeli security. As Turkey's influence in Syria grows, Israel becomes nervous. And as Israel carries out military operations in Syria, Turkey becomes increasingly concerned. Their interests are starting to collide. Israel and Turkey are not directly fighting each other. Their soldiers are not shooting at one another. But Syria is increasingly becoming a place where both countries are competing for influence. This is what experts sometimes call a proxy rivalry. Instead of fighting directly, both sides are trying to shape the future of Syria, and neither side likes the growing influence of the other. A direct war is still unlikely. The costs would be enormous. Turkey has one of NATO's largest militaries. Israel has one of the world's most advanced armed forces. Neither side appears to want a full-scale conflict. But here's the danger. Wars don't always begin because leaders want them. Sometimes they begin because of mistakes. A military incident in Syria, a miscalculation, a crisis that spirals out of control. That's what worries analysts. If tensions between Turkey and Israel continue to rise, the consequences would go far beyond these two countries. The Middle East could become even more unstable. Trade and energy routes could be disrupted. The future of Syria could become even more uncertain. And powers like the United States and Russia would be forced to react. Israel and Turkey are not at war, but they are no longer the close partners they once were. Their relationship has gone from cooperation to competition, and Syria has become the place where that competition is unfolding. The question now is simple. Will this remain a cold rivalry? Or is this the beginning of one of the Middle East's most important geopolitical confrontations? Only time will tell.